It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the New York. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. First down, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Sheds off the... And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there right off the bat. 75 yards. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead.
The score, Giants 7, Seahawks 0. Graham Gano.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Touch 50, touch 50. Under crunch. Check. 6 guys. Check 6 points.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
4 down. Hey, Mike 20.
On first down, Wilson. Dorsett making the catch. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
10 yards.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A good position to be in here, second and inches. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
39-yard line.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Xavier McKinney.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 31, Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep. So that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield. Sometimes the offensive line can't hold up, and he ends up hitting the deck on those plays.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Giants 7, Seahawks nothing.
5 yards remain on second down. Throwing, Jones. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Second and 10. To throw again, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's complete to Golden Tate. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
Jones.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 56 to mark, boys. 56. Check 56.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
This shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 32 on the play.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
For a loss of 4, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Go, guys, 4 down, 4 down. Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Over 1st and 10.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Returnable for Lockett. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Barkley, a first down and more. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 31 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. Past the 20. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
For Saquon Barkley, incomplete.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Steps away to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 13-7.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice game.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
New York.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
17 yards. And the Giants first down.
56. Mike, 56.
Jones now on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Complete to Saquon.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. He can run for it, and he will. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Yeah, looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
56.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
New York.
Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD.
New York.
Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead.
7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is DJ Reed returning. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Wilson on first down. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's good.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, first and 10, right at the 40. To throw again is Wilson. Complete here, it's Hyde. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the...
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed. They definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. 19. Check hot route. Hot. Check 31. Check 31.
On first down, Carson. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Here's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete.
Wilson's.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
5-yard gain.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. From the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
At the 30-yard line.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Jason Myers for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Jones on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 11-yard line.
56.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. First carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
At the 19-yard line.
And they will take a knee here. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And they take a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Here's Riley Dixon now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. On the toss, there goes Coleman. And I think the ball's out. And this will go out of bounds, so they will lose yards on the play. And on 4th down, of course, it'll be a turnover on downs.
Seahawks.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control. But still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Jones on the keeper.
And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Today's final score, Seahawks.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. And for Charles Day,